to Nereasanchannel with our special lovely guest, Stasi! I'm so excited to have Stasi back for another reaction video. We love these videos, right?
Oh, these are my favorites.
We're going to watch and talk about our final Ballet exam at the Bolshoi Ballet Academy.
One of my favorite exams to watch and think about.
But it also has so many stories behind the exam, which we will also talk about because it's always interesting to share the behind the scenes.
There were some crazy things that we did in this exam that I haven't done since.
I think it's going to be quite entertaining to watch. So let's get started. Here we go.
Here we go. We didn't happen to have any boys in our international class. We got to do our exam with the Russian B group.
Half of our class would go to A, half of our class would go to B. Usually the A group was for the taller dancers and the B was for the shorter. So we were in the B, of course.
Naturally.
You don't need to overthink that part. Koshkin Andrei and Barrondo Aguado, Nerea. It's weird to see the two last names there.
Yeah.
And then here you are. The first year, I felt that it was probably the heaviest. So we started with like very simple balances, just for the guy to learn where our balance was. So I feel like this exam in the beginning was a little bit of that, of showing the progress, like where we started. Of course it has to have some exciting elements like this promenade in one arm.
You know, make it a little fancier.
Yes.
That was a very popular step in Russia, the slide planche to passe. They love that. We did that in our ballet exam too. Sometimes the simplest looking steps are actually the hardest to do.
Each year the guys and the girls would get steps that their bodies were ready to do. So by this year the guys were supposed to be developed and ready to do many things. That also shows that you need to also give the guys time to grow because they can get like back problems and if their bodies are not developed or strong enough for partnering and they try things that they're not supposed to do, they're gonna get injured.
Yeah, and that's something that they were really careful about over there. It wasn't just like hurry, hurry, get this done so that you can say you learned it. They wanted to actually make sure that you could do it well and correctly so that you wouldn't have serious problems later. Which was very thoughtful and very considerate.
Look at this entrance.
Look at how creative. I don't even know how you're supposed to get into that.
It was very awkward, let me tell you. This was like a very adagio-like combination.
We had like 3 adagios.
Even though, you know, we all had the same technique because, of course, we are from the same school, we all are different still. So the teacher would pick certain exercises that would suit each person or each group better.
Yeah.
I do feel like with my partner we struggled the most with turns. He was also injured, so he couldn't take class prior to the exam as often, so I feel like we could have practiced more and it would have been better, you know?
I liked the way we turned together. I feel like we understood each other's like rhythm and stuff. There were some times where he really wanted to like push and like turn so hard, and sometimes it was like a lot like aggressive, but I was okay with it because I like to turn. So that was fine.
And this one was also very interesting.
Oh, I love this part.
Do you like it?
It's like they're flying. It looks like they never touch the ground.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
And the music here was so like grand with big piano, like such like just powerful music. It was so emotional to watch, and it was so beautiful. And I remember him saying to the guys like, I want people to come away from this exam thinking that the girls are flying, and he's like, I don't want the girls to touch the ground.
Yes.
Like, every time that they leave the stage, you have to be carrying them.
Here you can see Stasi doing what was called the sovremeni adagio, which
contemporary.
is the more experimental.
Look at these weird things here. So strange. Like it would be things we would never do. Like that's cool, but we were like, how do we do that?
Like a fish.
Yeah, it feels like a little pencil or something. This was interesting too.
But to be honest, I'm glad we got to try because that's essentially what you need for neoclassical nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, this is fun.
I like that one. That felt good. But this is not so good.
This looks good.
It's
though.
not so good. Yeah, I had to really think of my supporting leg turnout, because if you don't, then you're not gonna end up in the right angle. Oh, this was uncomfortable. This one was uncomfortable. This one was uncomfortable. Oh,
you have a hard section.
And look, here we go. This we call it the worm. Oh! I think I was supposed to be more curved.
Yeah.
But I was holding my abs, going you know.
That was so cool.
Look at this. This is also very uncomfortable.
You guys had some cool combinations.
Oh my gosh.
Now this is our little trick section where everyone gets to do their special little tricks. This is Nerea's trick.
Here we go.
Hey! And flip. Oh, watch.
What? Hey! And look, she's gonna look to the audience.
Yeah!
Look, Stassi coming out.
This is my favorite part. I love the torch. It's my favorite lift. I don't think it's that fun for the guys, but I loved it.
Actually, Kaito loves this lift. If you guys have come to our events or classes, that's probably the standard lift that we do. We moved on to the jumps. Here's Stassi with his partner, doing very cool things.
Yes.
Here we go.
He loved this type of trick. We practiced this for 2 years.
Down and hop. Very light, so coordinated. This is so bad! Let's stop for a second.
Oh, continue, watch this.
This is how you're not supposed to do this, okay? The thing is,
you have to be square to the corner, but at the same time, if you're too square, the guy doesn't have anything to grab you. So you kind of have to cheat. You have to keep your feet square and the shoulders open. Yeah, but he has to hold in a way that you can do that. Because if not, you're gonna just be like a starfish like this.
Oh gosh. Don't do that, please.
I love this part. I love to turn.
This is Stassi turning for 5 minutes. Oh my goodness. This shows the coordination you have to have and the control. I was praying for this moment that is gonna come now.
Were you stressed?
I was. Here we go. 1, 2.
Yeah!
Made it!
It looks like you're flipping a million times, like an ice skater.
Really?
Yeah.
Here's Stassi up.
I loved this part. We had so much fun. This was very stressful because we had a run through before our exam where the director of the whole school came to watch, and there was a whole panel of judges. They're trying to decide if they were going to prove it or take people out. I did this lift with my partner and I flew off his shoulder, past his shoulder, behind him, and fell on my knees and hands. Literally just went stop, are you okay?
Oh my gosh.
It was so embarrassing. Our teacher, as soon as I got up, right after that, he's like, wait, we can't move on until you do it. He was like, you need to see that she can do it so that you don't take it out. And so he was like, quickly, do it. And so we did it again, and it was like, okay. And then he's like, again. And I did it a third time, and it worked. It was so stressful. I really was so grateful that he believed in us and gave us these chances.
Okay, so this is the very end. Here we go, up. And one more lift to add to the collection. And up, down. Oh my god, I was so happy. This was the end.
We did it.
Oh my gosh, that's it.
And
now let's talk about the backstage, behind the scenes of this Ballet exam, which, as we mentioned, it was one of the most stressful ones, next to the classical exam.
yeah.
So it was up there.
This was going to be our only exam on stage because as internationals, we don't get the luxury of performing our exams on the school stage that we had. Most of our exams are going to be in the studio.
We were really looking forward to being on stage.
Yeah, it's a way to prove ourselves, and we were very much looking forward to it, and we thought, oh, it's a given that we're going to be on stage because we're combined with the Russian class, and there are certain partners that only dance with us, so how could we not be on stage?
They were actually talking about taking us out of the stage.
It was so stressful, and we found out about this a week and a half to 2 weeks before we were supposed to have our exam date set. What happened was the director saw a run-through of their exam and she started taking out almost all of international class from the exam for various reasons. Their excuse was that they were overweight, that they needed to lose weight. Our classmates were not able to do the exam, and that was really, really heartbreaking and really sad. We were stressed out that she would do the same with our class.
This was probably the time of the year we were actually the most in shape because we had all these exams, which we of course had to lose weight for that extra, but also we physically were doing a lot. If they weren't able to do the exam on stage at that time where it was supposed to be the perfect physical
shape
condition,
that really hurts, especially when we're trying to get a job. We're traveling all over to auditions to try and get a job. You know, this is our last year of the school. We're trying to make it professionally, and so you have the pressure of not only trying to do your exams, but you're also going to competitions and auditions all at the same time. Very stressful and busy year.
Doing the exam on stage gives you the advantage of being seen, not just by the judges, but also company directors and other guests that come to watch the exam.
Even the director of the Bolshoi watched.
Yeah, that's how the pressure was high.
And Marinsky too, I think.
Everybody. For us, that was the only chance because we knew we didn't have a chance for the other exams. So for that to be taken away from us, or for some of us, was
very painful.
Thankfully, that didn't happen to us.
To prevent that from happening, we all kind of united and went to our teacher and begged him, and also tried to explain to him all the benefits of having us in the exam. And it worked, and that's why you have a video of us, you know.
Sometimes, especially in the ballet world, you feel like you are not allowed to speak up for yourself. But in situations like this,
you have to fight for yourself.
You have to, otherwise nobody will.
Nobody's gonna listen to you if you do not take action.
So when you see how our personalities got strong, this is probably an example of how we got to this point and how we are basically unbreakable because we had to build our career literally with so many difficulties and toughen up even when we were ready to toughen up because we were still, 17, 18.
We don't take any crap because of that. When it helped our determination, I feel like if we want something, we want to achieve something, nothing's gonna stand in our way and we're gonna make it happen.
Of course, always being polite, respectful, but don't be afraid of speaking up sometimes. In any kind of job, be confident.
Yes.
Trust in yourself, in your abilities, and go for it.
Yes, don't be afraid.
So, arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked watching it, if you liked listening to our stories about it, please 高評価お願いします。And channel登録お願いします。Subscribe to Nerea-san channel. And follow Stasi's social media, Instagram, YouTube.
Yes.
I'm so glad we got to do this reaction series with you.
Yes.
It's always so much fun.
So good.
And we will keep digging in to see if we find some more videos.
Yeah.
Right? I think that would be interesting to react to them.
Yes, we will find some more content for you guys. I mean, we still have our character exam.
Oh, that one.
That was interesting.
For the next time. Yeah. We love you guys and I'll see you next time.